Today we're doing our meditation from my phone. So hold on really briefly because basically I'm uploading a podcast episode right now on my computer and it's taking 1,000 years. But it's actually extremely loud, so I feel like it'll be distracting. So I'm gonna move it over here. And yeah, I'm just trying to do this live from my phone today for a class, but I didn't even know you could do that, so that's kind of cool. But I'm hoping everything works the same. Also, I have makeup all over my face. You guys, I was like planning our inner teenager meditation, and then I was like crying. Hello. But we're not doing that tonight because what I was hearing is from our practice yesterday, we're just wanting to kind of integrate. So we're going to do a presence meditation, and then tomorrow we'll be doing our solstice meditation. But welcome back to the aCTIvate challenge. Today is day 21 out of 31. So we have 10 more days of the practice. There's 10 more days of December. There's 10 more days of 2023 if you're doing this in real time. And then, yeah, we're going to get into our practice in a minute. But basically, I should kind of like account for this. This is kind of like the spiritual psychic message I was getting around the meditations. Is kind of like when we do a journey, it's good to kind of come back to the body and integrate and bring in presence and do some kind of just like more the body scan, the more physical body focused meditations. And they were saying that that's a really good practice for people to like incorporate into their meditations, beyond just a challenge of like if you're going to do something deep, like an inner child healing or connecting with your ancestors, or as you're opening up your psychic skills more and more, in terms of being able to connect with different spirits, we have to always remember to come back to our body, because it's really easy to become just floating heads. And for me, it took me so long to get grounded, like 27 years of my life, like pretty much until I found Reiki. Um, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago now. Maybe longer. I don't know. You guys, I always say this every day. I have no sense of time, but yeah, it took me so long to be able to learn to be inside my physical body. So that's what they were kind of like wanting me to share is when we do these deeper meditations, yeah, it should be important for us to come back to ourselves. Even within the challenge, as an example, my guides always call this putting on display. Like when I do something or share something, like when I've shared some of the closing prayers and things like that with you guys, it's just being able to help people kind of see like how they could maybe do it. And like I say every single time, everyone perceives differently with their psychic senses, but also everyone works differently with their psychic senses. And then, yeah, if you're just kind of getting into wanting to develop your intuition and all these things that we already naturally have and already naturally do, it's just like honing it in and understanding it more. And then we can go deeper with things like the journeying and connecting with spirits and mediumship or wherever direction you want to go. Maybe you're interested in energy healing and you want to learn more about that. Maybe you're interested in mediumship and you want to learn more about that. Maybe you're drawn to a specific path or a specific class or something like that. So I think it's like helpful to have some kind of direction for yourself, um, once you kind of start understanding what is interesting about these things to you. So I think it's kind of cool to dive into a challenge like this where we do a bunch of different kinds of things. And then you could see, oh, I'm kind of into the meditation like this, or I'm into learning more about my third eye, or I'm into learning more about my inner child, or, you know. So that's kind of like part of the whole thing too, is just giving you guys options of directions that you can go with these types of information. So that's that. We're going to do our presence meditation. So tomorrow, yeah, we're doing our solstice meditation. I just say this a second ago because if I didn't, I'm gonna say if I did, I'm gonna say it again. But I thought tomorrow was solstice, but I guess it's today. Apparently it changes every year. I thought it was always on the 22nd. But anyway, tomorrow we'll be doing our solstice meditation, which is going to be kind of like a reflections meditation, setting some intentions and connecting with things we want to release from this portion of the year, like the harvest. Like we were bringing some energy up, 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 and now we're going into winter, which is down, 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 and this is kind of like the height point of it, the longest day. So um, tomorrow we'll be kind of focusing on that energy, and yeah. So tonight we're going to be doing our presence meditation. So what we're going to do is we're going to be thinking about our body, connecting to our body. There's going to be a little bit of a visualization, a little bit of sensation practice. Or sort of, I'm just going to be describing some different things to you. And then we'll go into a little bit of an energy clearing, and then we'll go to sleep. Or at least I will, because I don't know what time of day you guys are watching this. But with all the practices, I always encourage you to take a few minutes to come back to yourself, do some stretching, like journal, all the things. So yeah, I really wish I had some water in here with me, but I don't. So we'll just have to deal with that. But yeah, let's get into our comfortable position. So for this practice, you can either be seated in a chair like I am. I'm going to bring my feet flat to the ground, spine up straight, and then alternately, you can be on a couch, on the floor, on the ground. The floor is my favorite place to be for meditation. And that's what I do in my personal practice, so I can't be like lying on the floor for the video. So, yeah, and I'm also like more when I'm leading the meditation, I'm more in the driver's seat, I guess. And then what you guys are going to be doing is focusing on receiving. So this is going to be a little bit more active than what I was talking about, the journeying, where we're let things kind of happen. But you guys are going to try to be bringing different senses to your body. And then also briefly, like right before this, I was eating some ramen soup, and my guys were like talking about this. So I was just wanting, like, here's a little homework for y'all to bring a meditation moment into your day. So, however you want to do that, do it however you want. But something where you're already doing this thing, and what you're going to do is just bring a little more presence to it. So, it sounds, it's easy, but it's not when you actually do it. It's like, I could just do this, but there's so many things that are like telling you, no, I can't do it. Like, simply, I ate my ramen soup with my soup spoon, and as I'm eating the soup, like relaxing, taking breaths, like, and I was using chopsticks, like just like slowing down and noticing, like, um, what I forget the exact way they described it to be like, as you're doing things that are a little bit more active, like they were like giving the example of like eating a taco too, like things that's like you have to like actually be present when you're doing it, or else you're gonna get food everywhere, like a hot soup or a taco, or like, you know what I mean, like things where you really need to pay attention to what you're doing. And so another thing, yeah, it could be as you're driving doing that, because obviously we need to pay attention as we're driving, but it's so easy to be distracted these days, and not only is that dangerous, but it also could be make it more exciting to be present. Um, and make these moments that sometimes it feels like we're just rushing through, like my drive to get to work, or eating my dinner, like I just got to get this food in so I can like go on to do my next thing, like that that is like always the thing for me, like I'm just going so fast. um so that's why I think it's important for us to obviously practice a meditation like this, where we're, stopping and listening and taking all these steps. but we can also apply that energy throughout our day. So they were just talking about soup and tacos, like take a little homework assignment as next time you have a delicious meal to literally don't have your music or your podcast or whatever, your TV or you blah, 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 blah. Just be with the food and like really thinking about how what your hands feel like as you're doing it. And this is also an exercise in clairsentience and in this visualization techniques that we bring into the classes, because when we notice what we're doing, it makes it a whole lot easier to create that in our imagination, or to do it in the journey, or to do it for a reading or a psychic work. Like, we need to be able to understand and observe reality in order to be able to understand and observe, like, these astral dimensions or realms of whatever you want to call them through the veil. But it's like, how are we supposed to observe like spirit if we can't observe ourselves? And that's so important in mediumship, like so important. That's something like that, they talk about a lot in like more like old school kind of mediumship, is like you really need to be able to bring in precise evidential details. So how are you supposed to know that Grandma Sue, who's great niece or whatever, came in for a reading? Like, how are you supposed to know that Grandma Sue was eating her soup with a green ladle, and that green ladle she inherited, and it has a very specific, significant thing for her? But if you are not observant enough and keen enough yet, because you can be eventually, so I'm not saying you can't do this, but yet not keen enough and observant enough to know, oh, specifically it was green, because maybe you mentioned a ladle and it doesn't click for her. She doesn't understand. But when you bring the green in there, or the very special little tiny detail, that helps the link, that helps the evidence come forward, so that the person that you're reading for, your sitter, your client, understands what you're trying to tell them. That's why I give 35 fucking examples for everything. And sometimes it's annoying, I think, for some people, but I'm just not the person for them, because I'm being given examples. Because sometimes I cannot see clearly enough to know, is this an apple or is this a cherry? You know? So it's like, oh, it's a fruit, it's red, blah, 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 blah. You bring it all forward, bring it all forward. Maybe they can't take it all in right now, but that's why it's so important for us to do recordings for our readings and things like that. Because I think sometimes it's nice for people to be able to go back and really understand. Oh, okay, I get it now. That was all information, but now that I swallowed it all. And then, of course, in the spiritual sense, in a psychic sense, anything I tell you or anything a reader is going to tell you is going to be the most relevant and important stuff is going to be the part that sticks out to you and the part that you remember. And or even just the feeling, the sensation that you had. You felt relaxed, you felt seen. So it's not always important, the tiny minute details, but in terms of the specifically mediumship, that is what we're looking for, is details. And I love details. My sibling always gets annoyed with me because I will provide unnecessary details when telling a story. But yeah, I'm sure you noticed that if you listen to my podcast or on my YouTube or watch me on TikTok or any of the places that I talk endlessly. So let's get into our practice. Everyone get comfortable. So again, either seated in a feet flat on the floor situation, or lying down. And we're going to start. So closing our eyes. Everyone close their eyes. Take 5 slow, deep breaths. So we're going to breathe in through our nose, and then we're going to exhale out the mouth. So breathing in, exhale, Breathing in, release. Breathing in, exhale, inhale, exhale. Final breath, breathing in, exhale. And we're just going to begin by focusing on our body. I'm just going to have you draw your attention to each area I'm describing. And you're not going to be trying to change or shift anything, just notice how it feels. And notice if you can feel any sensation in the area, or if you can feel any sensation in a different area of your body as you're observing the first area. So just noticing if there's any references in the body, transference, I think is what we call it in reflexology. And it just reminds us that the body's connected, and it's all a little diagnostic tool for you. So just noting the information, it's not going to be, you're not going to be quizzed on it, just noting it in your mind, let it float by, let it come in and out, not trying to hold on too hard to what you're perceiving. And at the same time, just breathing in through your nose and exhale out your nose. And you can keep whatever breath pace that you'd like, but yeah, just concentrating on keeping the breath in and out through your nose. So beginning at the top of the head, begin to observe and notice the sensation, the physicality of your hair, your hairline, your scalp. What does it feel like? How long is it? What is the texture? See if you can feel those things as a physical sensation. Noticing the sensation of your eyelids, your eyeballs, the area around your temples and your forehead. Noticing the area in between your eyebrows, your third eye, physically, that area on your skin in between your eyebrows. Thinking about any sensations. And then again, noticing as you're observing your eyes, your third eye, your eyeballs, your eyelashes. Is there anywhere else in the body that lights up to you? Maybe your feet are tingling, maybe you feel a sensation in your fingertips. Just noticing. For me, my nose itches, so I'm noticing. Noticing the area of the jaw, the jawbone, the lips and the teeth. Inside of the mouth, the roof of the mouth, the cheeks and the cheekbones. For me, my left foot discuss that area. So again, what is showing up for you? Maybe you notice, oh, I gotta move my body a little bit. I'm feeling antsy, I gotta move a little bit. Circling my hips. Like, what would make you feel more comfortable? Stretching your arms out wide. And beginning to notice the center of the chest, the heart space, right above the rib cage, in the center of the chest, below the collarbone. Noticing the right shoulder all the way to the back to the shoulder blade on the right side. What does it feel like? Are there any physical sensations that come up as you observe this area? What about the left shoulder? All the way back to the shoulder blade. The back of the neck that connects to the top of your back, upper back, right where your spine connects. Noticing the sensation of your lower back. As it circles to the front, your side body, all the way to your belly button. Noticing the sensation of your hips and your lower back against the chair or against the bed or the floor, wherever you're lying down or seated. Noticing any points of connection or disconnection in that area. As you're seated, what parts of your body, your butt, like where is it touching and where is it floating? And is there somewhere I can adjust myself to be more connected? Can I release my pelvis a little bit forward or backward? How can I get more aligned? Noticing the sensation of your shirt or your clothes on your skin. Are there any textures you love or dislike? For me, I feel a little itchy right now. Like, For me, I'm getting tired and my eyes are getting heavy. Just noticing any little things that are coming up for you. Are you feeling more relaxed? noticing the sensation of the bottoms of your feet all the way up to your knees, your calves, your shins, your ankles, the top of your foot, the bottom, all the way to your knees. Just noticing. Bring your awareness from the top of your knees all the way up again to your hips, up the front of the body, your stomach, all the way to your chest and your sternum, all the way up your neck to the front of your head again, sweeping over the back of your head. Almost just like a line of vision. Imagine sweeping over yourself. We're going to now take 5 more slow, deep breaths, continuing to bring in the energy of unconditional love, of presence, relaxation. And if it's time, deep rest, deep sleep. And if you're watching this at a time of day where it's not time to go to sleep, we ask that this energy be rejuvenating and uplifting and allow it to be restful in another way. We're going to bring in some healing energy. All you need to do is continue to focus on the sensations in your body, noticing any feelings emotionally, physically, psychically, any visions or colors in your mind's eye, any memories or thoughts, even the most simplest thought like I need to do my laundry. That could be a message like that is for you. Like meditation, there's styles where it's meant to quiet your mind and you're supposed to release all your thoughts, and that's very much a specific style of meditation. That's not what we're doing. So don't try to release your thoughts. Just let them flow in and float free, float free. Notice them, observe them. What is that? Even if it's bizarre and anything emotionally, sad, happy, joyful, angry, like disgusted. Just see what happens. Like in this practice, but most importantly in any meditation, like that we do together, like and on your own, like just observe how things are floating in. Like don't try to change them. Just observe and notice. And maybe some of these things were great ideas that you'll want to remember, and most of them won't be, and that's great. So just see what comes in. So all you're gonna do is just focus on your body and see what comes up. We're gonna be here about 5 minutes, and we just ask to call in again this energy of unconditional love, Reiki, healing energy, portal through all time and space. Send this energy to each and every one of us individually, we're just going to stay here in silence. You can just, again, if you get distracted, focus on your breath. continuing with your breath, continuing in your experience however long you'd like. When you're ready, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Give everyone a few minutes to come back. You can begin to just move your body a little bit, moving your hips and your ankles, your wrists, rolling your shoulders, stretching your arms out, up over the head. Bring your hands to a prayer position, now over your heart. And place your hands on your heart. Tell yourself, thank you for showing up for this practice. Thank you for bringing you back to presence. Thank you for allowing me to observe. And thank you guys for showing up for another meditation class. We will be doing lots more for the next 10 days. Not like literally put me to sleep, you guys. I'm like, my eyes are asleep. I'm so tired. So I hope you feel the same. Thank you for joining me. I really want to just pull a card. Hold on. I want to pull one of my angel cards and just like, what is the theme? Oh, my cat. I was like, what is that? I got scared for a second. My cat just came in here. Oh, that's cute. So, I pulled one of these at the beginning of the challenge, but like, what is the theme, like an intention, like for us to focus on going into, the solstice, the holidays. We're already in holidays because Hanukkah started. But like the season, Christmas is coming and New Year's and all the things. So I just want to kind of have like a touch on a word for us to focus on. And it's not necessarily like, I was going to say like an oracle. It's just more like an intention, like what should we focus on? With these, I always just love to shake it up. And I also keep selenite in here to like clear these so they're always cleansed and cleared. Selenite helps clear energy. I have like a round one and a little raw sticky. But let's see. So I like to shake these up. I can't wait to go sleepy, guys. And then whatever the like first card that's like flipped over in here is, that's the message. So that's like how I like to read these. So let's see who she is. So our message. I think it's probably backwards, but you guys get the idea. And I'll post a picture in like the little community page. So if you want to look at it close, but our message is strength. So that's what we're focusing on. That's what our intention is. We are strong, emotionally, physically, psychically, spiritually, mentally. Strength. Connect with your inner strength. And yeah, there's a tree on here, and I think that's a reminder too, like to keep rooted and grounded in presence, like in the body. Like you have the strength and the capability to move through dimensions, time, space, energy, etc. But you just gotta keep yourself strongly rooted in the physical reality. Okay? Love y'all. Thank you for joining me for another practice. And yeah, I have never so I'm about to be like really like the old person on here. But I've never done the YouTube live on my phone before, so like I'm gonna be struggling here at the end of this video for a second to like make sure I don't delete it before I sign off. I think I just pressed exit, but I'm nervous, you guys. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Okay, we got it. Okay, I love you guys. Embarrassing. I love you. I'm not embarrassed of anything. Well, probably some things, but I'm not embarrassed of this. But anyway, bye.